Well, hello everybody. It's Erica, and I am here today doing another drawing. And as you can see, this video is kind of old. It's another older one from the beginning of the month because that is last month's full moon. But I am doing another Do This in Your Style drawing, and this DTIYS, Do This in Your Style, was hosted by Chloe, and her Instagram is Art.Cgi, and I'll leave a link in the descriptions, so if you want to go check out her page. She did this DTIYS for her 15,000 follower appreciation. And there is no expiration on this Do This Your Own Style, so if this is something that you like and you want to do it in your style too, I would definitely go check out Chloe's page at Art.Cgi. And like I said, it's still there, and if it's something that you want to try, yeah, it was pretty fun to do. It was cute. I like the little purple flowers. Purple and green are my favorite two colors together, so when I saw this one, I thought it was really cool. And it's funny because when I saw it, I looked at it and I really liked it, but I didn't look at it close enough to see that her tears were turning into like a little person or like a little being that was kind of like comforting her. I just, I didn't look hard enough, and I thought it was just like her tears kind of welling up and kind of floating off somewhere. So that's kind of what I did, was just like they were kind of like floating off. But then upon better inspection of the picture itself, I did notice that it was actually like a little being kind of comforting her. So thank you, Chloe, for hosting this. I thought it was really cute and I had a lot of fun doing it. And so I went ahead and used watercolor for this piece as well because I knew at this point that Mermaid was coming, and I wanted to get a little bit more comfortable with using watercolors on a full piece. I haven't done that too much. There's been a couple of pieces I have, but usually it's a mix between marker and watercolor. So I decided to go ahead and do this one all in watercolor, and it was mostly just, for practice with the watercolors. So I'm using the Kuretake Gamzai Tambi watercolors for this one. I had not gotten my core watercolors in the mail yet, so that's why I am going ahead and using these. And these watercolors are really nice. I do like using them. I think the color is very bright for the most part. Don't I mean, it's kind of watered down here, but that's because I watered it down quite a bit. I was kind of looking for, to kind of layer everything. So yeah, I used these, and the only thing that I just kind of like, is a little bit offsetting with these colors is when you do a thicker pigment, if you don't mix as much water with the paint as, if it's more paint, I guess I should say, then it's kind of shiny when it dries. Now, if it's thinned down enough when it dries, you don't see that sheen. But when it is thickly pigmented, they do kind of dry with a little bit of a glossy sheen. So I try to keep them kind of thin when I use these, and then just layer it up as I go. That way I don't have that issue with the shininess. Now normally I would be okay with shiny. Shiny doesn't bother me. Or sparkly. I like sparkly too, but sometimes, you kind of want it to just all be one nice, even tone. So, yep, that's why I do those kind of thinner layers when I do those. And this will officially be my last painting or drawing that I do on YouTube that is not going to be mermaid related. So yeah, this will be the last one that I do, and then starting tomorrow, I will have my video up for my cover page for Mermaid, and then we will be working through all of May, hopefully, and uploading a video every day, doing a painting of a mermaid every day. Hopefully, I won't lose any momentum, and I will be able to keep up without a problem. I mean, I'm not gonna, of course, beat myself up too bad if I do get behind, but the goal is to not get behind. So if you like mermaids and mermaid related things, that's what I'm going to be doing this month. And I want to thank Chloe again at Art.Cgi for hosting this Do This in Your Style special. I had a lot of fun with this one. And if you guys want to go check out our Instagram page, I will have a link to it down in the description below. Once I'm pretty much done with all the color that I'm going to do in the piece, I'm going back through and doing some heavier outlines in the details that I want to stand out a little bit more. And then I will also go and, once I've got all this done, I will get the page saturated where I want to put my background. And I just go through with a water brush and get that really wet, and then kind of put down different, just put down the color in different spots and let it spread out on its own, because I think it looks pretty cool when it does that. I love that way it kind of just creeps out onto the paper, spreads around. So, yep, and then when I'm all done with that, I let it dry, and then I take all that tape away because I want to add the metallic watercolor and the metallic ink to it. And once I'm done with the majority of it, I'm not really too worried about the paper warping again, because at this point it's not going to get real wet and all of my lines are pretty much done. That is one thing that's kind of a pain about doing watercolor and then doing lines with pens, is the bumpiness, because it's always going to be just a little bit warped until you really get a chance to flatten it back out. I mean, eventually they do flatten out, but it's kind of warped at first, and it does make it a little hard sometimes when you're trying to do the lines, because you go to press down and the paper moves, or you go to pull away and the paper moves up. Kind of can mess up your lines sometimes, so you gotta almost just prepare for that. And I try to hold down, like if I can see that there's a pretty good warp in part of the paper, I will try to press down on it first and get the paper to lay flat before I go in and try to outline with my pen. It's not terrible. You just have to, be a little more cautious when you're doing the line work that way. But yep, so all right, everybody, thank you so much for sticking around and watching today's video. And I hope that you guys all have a great day or evening or night, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. And I will talk to everybody in tomorrow's video with the beginning of Mermaid. So I want to give a big thanks to all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome and you rock, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out and watching my videos and listening to me talk. So thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I hope that I can think of enough things to talk about for the month of May to not bore you guys too much. And hopefully I will not get behind and I will be able to keep up with this month's challenge. So, all right. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.